we should pick on the least is the Z's. Of course they're children. Look at their age. They're supposed to be children. It's okay to be a child when you are a child. But when you're 40, 50, you got to grow up. And I think there's a lot of opportunity to grow up in the coming decade. And boy, you better do it. Because it's, man, I'm getting to the point, I'm sure you guys are, we're all the same age. You start looking and go, 20 years, I'm going to be 70. I'm in my 70s. I better do some shit with that time. Well, I'm here to tell you, like, if you're 30 and you're like, yeah, you'll be 50. Like,
yep,
it'll be like that. Do some of your dash, man.
These are the good old days, right? Everybody wants to talk about the good old days and why they can't do things. These are your good old days. They're never getting better. Like, they might get easier depending on what you do right now. Everybody's waiting on the cost of ammo to go down, the cost of mags, or the cost of whatever. That shit's never going down. When they added the fuel surge, the fuel tax, that motherfucker didn't go away. They just stopped itemizing it. When they added the COVID tax, we literally had bills of lading invoices coming in that had COVID tax on them. That shit didn't go away. They just stopped telling you they were doing it. The price is never, ever going back down. And like Sonny said, when you're poor, you can't afford to buy trash. And Nicole, you want that canner. I don't have any concept what canner we're talking about, what that costs. Let's say it's $500 and you simply can't afford it. I go back to, I've been saying for years, the most valuable thing you have is an audience right now. If you went out and wanted that thing and you could buy it on credit, you could put up a post. Hey, I will can these things. You bring me the meat or I'll provide the meat. This is the price. I will spend all this weekend canning. You can come pick this up. This is the cost. Now you could pay that off. And I would wager to guess, since we can get a Harvest Right freeze dryer through Home Depot will give you 6 months, same as cash, right? So you can go buy that larger XL freeze dryer and you can put it on that credit card and you have 6 months to make that shit work. I'm of the belief, leverage yourself to the point they're going to take all your shit, burn those boats. You're never going to have any option to fail, and you're going to make it work, right? You're not going to go to sleep. When am I going to go to sleep? While I'm sitting there on that sewing machine and my head hits that machine. When am I going to go to sleep? While I'm loading those trays into that freeze dryer. And we both know that a freeze dryer runs for 36 to 48 hours. So we got a lot of shit. We can can a lot of shit. We can cut up a lot of meat. We can run that pressure canner. We can run that water bath canner, and we can have people pouring in to give us money and pay those cards off. And now you own the equipment if you truly want the equipment. It's just how people look at it. We don't have time. Focus. Yeah, we don't have time to convince motherfuckers to get out of the city anymore. Those people are going to be dangerous. Stay away from stupid people. Don't go stupid places and do stupid things with stupid people this year. And more importantly, disallow your access. If somebody's irritating you, remove them from your life. What's the number one question if all of us get, if we really, I mean, there's several of them, but one of them is how do I get my wife on board? Why do you have to get your wife on board, right? Why aren't you just doing those things? Just do it. Whether she's on board or he's on board, man cave, she shed. Why do we have to have that shit? Why don't you just have a life? Why don't we just have a life where we want to be inclusive? You know what Amanda did? Amanda's like, hey, I want this backpack. We're looking I've got 85 backpacks hanging out there. My woman, we're setting up an apothecary and an outside kitchen in one of the other buildings, right? I'm very lucky in that. But if you're wondering how to find your spouse, then maybe you should be the person that she wants, right? Be the person that your future family needs before you even have the future family. Fitness is free. There's a ton of shit we can do, but everybody's worried about what we can't do. Yeah, divorce her. That's right.
That is so Sunny right there.
If you don't know Sunny, that is not a joke.
Yeah. How do I get you married the wrong bitch? Like, we say that all the time. We've said it so many times, it became a podcast that Amanda and I do.
Well, how does somebody stop you from making your life better? Like, when you decide, nobody should be able to stop you.
Yeah. I mean, you motherfuckers sneak and hide money because you're in some fucked up relationship where you have to do that. Can you not sneak and work out? Can you not sneak and lose some weight? Can you not sneak and fucking save some money someplace? I mean, come on.
Yeah, the working out thing, like getting in shape, that's going to be another one of my big things to push to the audience. And like, this all ties together because as soon as you say that, well, then we got to alter diet. Like, working out's great. Working out's great for building muscle. Working out's great for tone. Working out's great for your cardio fitness. It's good for your mind. But you can't outwork eating garbage. I'm sorry. And I don't know, John, you eat a lot of fucking candy and shit. Maybe you can, but most people can't. Like, I don't know. You said something about candy or cookies or some shit. I don't know. But you can't go around eating garbage all the time. When you're 28, Jesse was just saying 28 is a long time ago. You can get away with a lot of things you can't get away with in your 40s and 50s as you age. And so you have to change your diet. So now you have to change your diet. Well, now you have to eat better. Well, now we need to up the protein and the fat. All right. So now we're going to start cutting meat. Now we're going to save money. But then you got to tell people, like, we just did a show with Ken Berry right before the shutdown about different levels of improving your diet. And we didn't start off with go carnivore, you're going to die. I had to make a deal with him that he wouldn't say that before I let him on. But we started out with just cut all the seed oils out of your diet. Cut all the seed oils, all the high fructose corn syrup. That's it. That's all you have to do, stage one. I know your carb intake is going to go down because every single thing in a box, everything on the shelf, as soon as you pick it up, you're going to go, can't eat that. Can't eat that. Where are you going to go now? You're going to go into Nicole's world of cooking from scratch because you're going to find out that everything that's pre-made is all got that shit in it. So then you're going to have to make your own food. Well, that's going to improve your health, and that's also going to give you more money. Now you're going to have more money. Now take that money, and instead of going, woohoo, I have more money, go invest that shit in yourself, in your business, in your education, in your equipment, whatever it is, and increase. And like, we need to be asset building. Like, this is the real difference between rich people and poor people isn't about debt or anything. There's different ways debt can be leveraged. Lots of rich people leverage debt, but it's really about what do you buy and never sell? Assets that accrue value. What do you never buy with your own money? Assets that decline in value, right? You never buy an asset that declines in value with your own money. That's dumb. You let somebody else's money do that stupid shit, and you put your actual equity into things that appreciate in value across time. Well, that includes not just like real estate or something like that, or Bitcoin or silver or gold or whatever. It includes you. It includes your mind, your skill set, your abilities, your business. And you all have a business. I'm going to say this one. You all own a business. You Inc. You that goes to work every day for a guy like John who just says, get the fucking work or you're fired. You have a business. And if you work for a guy like him, you're actually better off than if you work for HP. Because if you went into John and said, I just want more, he'll go, what do you want? Get on it. Show me. I'll help you make it happen. And there's so many of you, you're sitting with employers like that. You think he's an asshole because he actually requires you to show up on time. I don't mean the people watching this. I mean, you think your boss is an asshole because he actually requires you to show up on time. He gives you shit when you don't, and he threatens to fire you if you don't do your damn job. That's not an asshole. That's running a business so it doesn't go under, so he can keep paying you. That person, it could be your key to your next level if you went in and gave it 1,000%. And if you treated it like it was your business versus your job, even though you're still being paid on a W-2, you would. And we have got to get in that mindset because two classes of people are not going to be poor and rich. They're going to be entrepreneurs and non-entrepreneurs. That's your class differential going forward. And it doesn't necessarily mean owning a business. It means the mindset of how you treat the value of your knowledge, your labor, your skill.
So Sonny is saying this. They buy gadgets but refuse to learn proper push-ups. They listen to motivational speakers but can't force themselves to be constantly consistent. As a person who struggles with consistency, what I learned is if there are things you need to do every day, you do them first. Like what I do with my first hour of the day gets me over that. And then the rest of the day goes fine. So if I know that I need to exercise, it's best if I just get up and exercise every day.
Correct.
Out of the chute. Like I didn't today because I wanted to do things for this, but I am scheduled to exercise right after this. And I made that decision.